We have one meeting to tell you about today, and that is at 1:30 this afternoon. It's the GRF Media and Communications Committee, and that will be in the boardroom as well as virtual. If you want to follow along, you would go to lagunawoodsvillage.com and you would go to the agenda and you would click on the board meeting at 1:30 and that'll give you a link. All right, let's tell you who's on our show today. We have Anthony Liberatore, who is here on behalf of United, and he's going to go over what motions are and a variety of things that you need to know in order to conduct a meeting. And then we have the Publishing Club. We have Michael Portocorvo and Nancy Brown, and we're going to talk about some of their upcoming events. All right, let's go ahead and talk about our weather. Well, it's looking quite normal for the week. I believe we are going to be heating up towards the end of the week, but nothing too harsh. 79.66, 82.67, 81.69, and 82.64, and then 86.71. Our sunrise this morning was at 6:37, and our sunset will be at 6:52. And here is our joke for the day. So today is going to ask you, how do oysters call their friends? On shell phones. So enjoy that one for today. You can tell all your friends later. All right, when we come up, we'll have Anthony Liberatore with United Update, so stay tuned.
Friday Films, only on Village Television. Fridays at 2 and 6 p.m. Foreign films, dramas, and comedies. Award-winning films, romance and mystery. Independent films. Every Friday, only on Village Television.
Did you hear the big news? The FDA announced the over-the-counter hearing aid program. It's been 6 years in the making. And what does that mean to you if you wear hearing aids or if you're thinking about wearing hearing aids for the first time? Most people are asking themselves, what is an over-the-counter hearing aid? Would it work for me? Where do I get them to try? How much do they cost? For over 40 years, Advanced Ear Care has been helping answer questions just like this. Call us today and find out more. And remember, tell them Stuart sent you.
Welcome to Balbina's Mexican Restaurant. Stop by and experience the most authentic Mexican food in the region. We are serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We have a very extensive Mexican wine list from Valle de Guadalupe and the center of Mexico. Visit us for breakfast and lunch from 8 in the morning to 2 p.m. and for dinner from 5 to 9 p.m. Stop by on Wednesdays and enjoy with half off on all of our wines.
Oh, life, how we admire you, are deeply fascinated by you. All your twists and turns and wild rides you take us on. The ups and the downs. Life, you live inside all of us, breathing, growing, beating. You are the reason we'll always provide world-class healthcare. Providence, we see the life in you.
Welcome back. Well, we have Anthony Liberatore here, who's going to talk to us about motions and what it takes to run a meeting. Well, welcome. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you, Lisa. It's good to be back.
Yeah, we're glad to have you back, and I like the fact that we're going to go over some things because I know we talked about committees last time,
yes.
And now we're going to talk about motions. So, you know, it's tough to get a motion passed, isn't it?
It is, and I do this because I like the people at home to feel they can get involved.
Right.
And so a motion is the means by which business is brought before the assembly or the board. Mm-hmm. And that usually starts with a member proposing a motion to get the board to act on whatever they're proposing. Mm-hmm. And then that's how the whole business is done. And then the motion, there's 3 steps, well actually 6 steps to a motion. The first 3 steps are introducing the motion. A member makes a motion, another member seconds the motion, and then the chair restates the motion. And that can be tricky because if when you restate the motion for the board, you want to do it correctly because it's going to be archived, for future. And seconding a motion doesn't mean you agree with the motion. By seconding the motion, you take it away from the motion maker, and now it belongs to the assembly.
Okay.
And you don't have to agree with the motion, but it's a way to get it on the floor, and deal with it. And the second 3 steps of the motion is debating the motion.
Yes.
And then the chair, when the debate is over, goes to vote. And then the chair has to announce the vote. And so there's basic 6 steps for the motion.
Right.
1 introducing it, and 1 debating it and getting it over with. And so that's how business is done. So when
Right.
people listening to us on TV should know what we're doing.
So in general, when you debate a motion, is there a time frame that usually is casted to that or no?
Well, that's up to the board. When we have a motion, it needs to be seconded, as I said, and then it's open for debate. Now, if the chair should try to let the motion maker give their argument, or if you will, for the motion. And in our group, we have agreed to keep that to 3 minutes
Oh, that's good. Okay.
because our meetings are so long.
Yes.
And then the chair should try to get somebody who's opposed to the motion and go that way. It's hard to do, but that would be the best situation so that people listening in can hear the motion, hear an objection, and try to create some kind of fairness,
Sure.
And then hopefully we get that motion on the table, and then we go around the table, and hopefully we can reach some kind of consensus and pass it. So that's the process.
Okay. Now, I know there are agendas that people can always visit and see on the website, the LagunaWoodsVillage.com website.
Yeah.
And when are those agendas developed?
The agendas are developed during we have a preparatory meeting,
Yes.
a couple weeks before the meeting, and that's when the board of directors decides what we want to have. So, the agenda then is made up in a packet by staff. It's put in our mailboxes so that we hopefully are prepared for the meeting.
Okay.
So that's how we do it. You don't have to have an agenda prep meeting. There's a whole set of rules for that. But by having an agenda prep meeting, it gives everybody a chance. There's no secrets. Everybody gets a chance to look at what's going to be talked about.
Okay. Okay. And how does something get on the agenda? So, for instance, you have an agenda prep meeting, but how do you know what you're going to cover during that time frame?
Well, we listen to each other, the board and staff, and we make up the agenda prep meeting with those ideas. We can say yes, we can say no, we don't want that, that's not necessary, yes, but that's what the whole idea is.
Okay.
And then it's published, and we have to be careful because I was wrong at one time in Davis Sterling 4930. It gives the impression that once the agenda has been published and mailed, you can't change it. But in Robert's rules, the agenda is a proposed agenda until it's accepted by the board.
I see.
And it can be amended before it's accepted. And if you change it after it's accepted, then you take a 2/3 vote. But Davis Sterling is pretty down the line, number 4930.
And then how do people participate? So if they would like to be on the agenda or a subject matter that is important to them for United, what do they do?
Well, they come up to the kiosk where staff is.
And that's during the meeting itself?
Yeah, or before the meeting. The staff has questionnaires out there.
Okay.
And they can fill out the question, give it to staff, and then, now, if they want to talk about something some issue that they have that's not on our agenda, there's a section for that, members' comments. If they want to talk about something that is on the agenda and current, then when that agenda item comes up, we go around the board, and then we'll turn to staff, and staff will introduce the people either from Zoom or there, and they come up to the kiosk and talk to us.
Okay, and they have a short amount of time to do that, right?
Yeah, on the speakers, we limit it to 2 minutes. On the board members, it's 3 minutes.
Okay, so be concise
Yes.
and get to your points fast.
If you come prepared, 3 minutes is a lot of time.
It actually is. We sit here for 10, 12 minutes, and sometimes it feels like it goes really fast. But I think what happens is when you get up to that podium and you're trying to relay your message, you get nervous because there's people watching, you're presenting to the board, so you might take a little longer.
You know what, though? I used to think when I was doing this for a living, you can be nervous and all, but you have something on your mind. You have a job to do. Get it out there. Stutter, be nervous, but get it out there. Get your message out there.
Right, and don't be afraid to do so. You guys have a process. Obviously, follow the process, and you will be heard.
Yeah,
most likely. Okay, good. Now, orders of business. Of course, you have a way to do that.
Well, an agenda is a synonym for a program. And how it differs from an order of business is an agenda has ceremonials in it, like the Pledge of Allegiance, or you're introducing speakers. Where an order of business is just the business as stipulated in Robert's Rules and Davis Sterling.
Okay.
So it's short and concise. It doesn't have any ceremonials in it like we have.
Yes.
And every institution, their boards, or their board authority has stuff that we call ceremonials that you can put in there, And that's what we do, the Pledge of Allegiance, introduce the press if they're there and so forth. And so that's the agenda,
Okay.
And it sets up the order of business.
Right. Yeah.
But the order of business is a short sequence, established sequence of business. It doesn't have any ceremonials or any of that.
But you still have new business too, right? That's
We
the new
have
business.
under there. We'll have we'll have members' comments, and we'll have new business. And we'll have unfinished business first. Unfinished business, new business, and we have reports.
Oh yes.
If we have if a director has a special committee, might want to make a report. But a lot of the reports, the way we run it, are usually in the consent calendar. We covered that before.
Right.
But we can have in this order of business, there is a section called officers' reports. And in our business, we have, at the end of our meeting, we'll have reports, committee reports. And then we'll have GRF committee reports. And that's the way we run our meeting.
Well, it's, you have to be pretty concise, and you have to be, on the ball as much as you can so you don't affect the rules.
Yeah, and I like to do this because I'd like to encourage people at home not to be shy. Don't be afraid to ask a question.
Right.
We work for you.
Right, got it. Perfect. Well, thank you very much for the information.
Yeah,
And
great.
we'll see you next time.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Take care.
And if you want more information about what we've just discussed, of course, you can always go to the LagunaWoodsVillage.com website. You can go to governance boards, and there's lots of information there on all the different boards. And of course, you could always send an email to generalmanager@vmsinc.org if you have any questions, and we will direct it to the appropriate person. We'll be right back.
We are the first light after a cancer diagnosis.
The illuminated entry point to life-saving cancer therapies and novel treatments
often sought by the rest of the world.
We are a dedicated team of more than 400 physicians
and 1,000 scientists and researchers.
We are cancer-focused, but human-centric.
We are thousands of breakthrough discoveries.
We are where cancer stops
and life keeps on getting lived.
The future of cancer treatment is here.
The Salvation Army presents a Lunch and Learn workshop protecting your family and increasing your income on September 30th at the Marbella Country Club. Call 1-800-298-6532 for more information or to register today.
Every year, we would get a charitable gift annuity with the Salvation Army. This helps me, it helps my daughter, and it helps the Army. The Salvation Army will tide you over, give you shelter, give you food, and help you get back on your feet.
Diane's Hallmark in Laguna Niguel is now an Elam's Hallmark, and we are excited to be part of your community. We have just remodeled, and you will be surprised by the wide variety of fashion and accessories, home decor, collectibles, Disney, Peanuts, Harry Potter, and Star Wars, along with the largest Hallmark card selection in town. Stop in today and sign up for our Crown Rewards program and get a free Just Because card. Once a member, you can get a free card once a month. Elam's Hallmark, your neighborhood gift store.
Who is RadNet? You've probably heard our name and seen our commercials, but you still might not know who we are. RadNet is the largest provider of outpatient imaging services in the United States, with over 8,000 employees and almost 400 imaging centers in 7 states. Likely, if you have had diagnostic imaging, you have experienced RadNet's high-quality, cost-effective imaging services. With 35 years of expertise, RadNet is leading into the future with advanced technology and the very latest AI technology. We are positioned for the future of healthcare. RadNet, leading radiology forward.
Welcome to Harvard Eye Associates. We're focused on your eye care at all 3 of our Orange County locations.
Our new location in Laguna Hills, Orange, and San Clemente.
Each facility features the latest in advanced technology and diagnostic equipment.
And a trusted collection of doctors that care about your vision and your quality of life.
We deliver what matters to you and your family.
Harvard Eye Associates, the future of vision today.
Welcome back. Well, today we have Michael and Nancy here on behalf of the Publishing Club of Laguna Woods, or as you guys say it, the Pub Club.
Right.
It sounds like a bar. We're more of the Pub Club.
Well, we hope that brings in members.
Yes, well, there you go. Whatever it takes, right? Well, thank you both for being here, and I'd like to sort of get to know both of you and tell me a little bit about yourselves and how long you've been living in Laguna Woods. So, Michael, we'll start with you.
Oh, I'm a newbie. I've been here for 2 years.
Okay.
But it's been a great opportunity. It's spurred me on to do writing of my own. I've written 3 books.
Within those 2 years?
Within those 2 years.
Wow.
None published yet because I've been busy writing, not pursuing a publisher. But you know, that's. And I've joined this wonderful club.
I know, it sounds awesome. But before we get into that, tell me, have you been in writing prior, or did you like reading, or what brought you there?
Wow, I've always liked reading, of course. And actually, I did involve myself in a dramatic circumstance. I wrote an adaptation of an Edith Wharton short story, and it was performed at Clubhouse 2 for the Old Pros, and then I've made it into a movie, and I think it's going to play here in the month of October.
Wow, look at that. Yeah. Look at you go.
No, I was in TV before.
Okay.
I used to work in TV in New York.
Okay, all right, so in the capacity of like what I'm in, or production? Or
Production.
Okay, excellent, excellent. Well, thank you for that. That's awesome. And how about you?
I've been here 7 years, born and raised in California, but ran away to Alaska and Illinois for 21, and then I came to my senses and thought I better come back. But I love Laguna Woods Village.
Yeah.
I am very involved here in the Baby Boomers Club as well as the Publishing Club.
Awesome.
I had a pandemic project where I discovered my great-grandmother's 580-page typewritten manuscript over 100 years old.
Oh my gosh.
And she rambled about how she mothered 168 babies in a 13-year period, felt directed by God to do her work.
Wow.
And I published it.
That sounds like that could be a movie.
Well, this is what a lot of people tell me.
Have you talked to anybody about that?
Not yet.
Oh, well, it could be coming, folks. That is great. Well, tell me about what it is about the publishing club that you love so much. I mean, what do you do?
Well, first of all, the publishing club, as I knew it, was Peggy Edwards. Yeah. She was the founder of the publishing club in 2013, and she pretty much did everything for the club for 8 years. And then one of our board members, now board member, Marcia Hackett, said, "Peggy, do you need any help?" And she said, "Well, I could use help with village stories."
Okay.
And so Michael and myself and 2 others became the editors of the village stories last year.
All right.
And then we helped Peggy develop the the storytelling. Michael will tell you a little more about that, but we helped Peggy develop the Autumn Author Forum, which we'll talk about later.
Okay.
And so here we are today. We've doubled our membership, which we're very excited about, and here we are.
So when all of you get together, is it about this publication, or is it about stories that you've written? Or when you get together, what do you guys talk about?
Well, first of all, we get together on Zoom.
Okay.
Most of the time. We have 3 in-person events a year, 2 author forums, and then our December holiday party.
Okay.
And even storytelling is on Zoom.
Okay.
And so we have various speakers that come for our Zoom meetings.
And those are like people who are authors or how to publish a book or something like that?
That's correct. Even journalists. We recently had someone from the LA Times.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Who was great. It was fabulous.
I mean, there's different formats of writing, right? So you have to learn the difference, especially if you know short form, and sometimes you have long form, depending on what TV show it is. And then, of course, publishing different books like short stories versus, like you said, maybe an autobiography or something like that.
Well, and we've had various speakers who write in all different genres. And we've had poets, we've had memoirists, we've had fiction, nonfiction. We had recently a woman who wrote a book in using a pen name.
Oh, okay, sure.
For personal reasons, she needed to do that.
Is it called a pen name or a ghostwriter, or is a ghostwriter considered somebody else is writing it for you?
Somebody else writing it for you.
Okay.
No, she wrote this, but under a different name.
Okay. Before we get to your event, just hold up that book one more time, because I want you to tell me real quickly, all of these stories, are they submitted by people that live here?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Well, people that are in the club.
Oh, only people that are in the club.
Right.
Okay, great. And then they're mostly short stories. And are they true or sometimes not? Or we don't know?
We don't know.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of a mix.
They can be true stories, true experiences.
Okay.
They can be made-up stories. There's poems.
Okay.
So it's a real collection.
An anthology is what it's called.
Oh, I love it. All right, excellent. And then let's talk real quick about your event that's coming up here in September. You guys are having a storytelling.
That's right.
And what does that mean?
It is actually an appetizer, okay? 8 different writers from Laguna Woods will, for about 8 minutes, give you a caption of what in fact they've written. An excerpt.
Okay.
And hopefully it will capture your imagination. We have poets. There's Barbara Goldstein, Ellen Mabey, Gail Slayton. There's memorists, Dea Shankar, Dennis Glauber, Susan Shu, and there's even fiction.
Okay.
Myself.
So you're calling it Tall Tales from Our Storytellers, which is great. You said this is through Zoom. So in order to get the Zoom link, do they need to email there or make a phone call?
Yes, our Vice President, Sunshine Ludi, is the one.
Oh, she's your Vice President. I did not know. She's a busy lady.
Yes, she is. She is the Zoom queen.
Okay.
And so she will send out a link to all of our members the day before.
Okay.
And then a lot of times people will see an ad in the Village News or whatever, and they look on our website or they email us and they say, I want to come to that Zoom meeting, and so we send them the link as well.
Okay, well that'll be good because then people can kind of say like an appetizer and sort of get to know what you guys do, which is awesome.
Absolutely.
And then, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, I don't know whether the camera is showing it, but right behind you is that information.
Yes, we have shown it, so it's all good. We like to talk about it. And then real quick, one last thing is you have an event that's happening in October, and we'll touch on that just to let everybody know that something else is happening.
Very exciting.
And what is that one about?
Well, that is called our Autumn Author Forum. And at that forum, Scott Galasso will be our MC, and he will give just a general overview of the club, and then turn it over to attendees that come in. It's from 2 to 5 p.m. on the 19th of October at Clubhouse 2. And currently we have 22 authors that will have a table and will have their works on display.
Wow, that's awesome.
People will be able to come around and talk to them.
Oh, that's nice.
And will be able to purchase their books.
Oh, that's great. What a wonderful idea. Well, perfect. Well, thank you both so much. I appreciate the information. Good luck to you and all of your village stories.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Just stay right there. And if you want more information about village stories and how to get your hands on that book, well, then you need to email pubclublw@gmail.com. We'll be right back.
Has hearing others been more difficult lately? If so, it might be time to look into hearing aids. But how do you know which hearing aid is right for you? At Hearing Remedy, we offer a free hearing aid test drive, a hassle-free way to find the perfect hearing aid for you, a no-pressure process that truly puts you in the driver's seat. Here's how it works. Contact Hearing Remedy to schedule an initial hearing evaluation. We'll check your hearing, and if the results show that you could benefit from hearing aids, we will fit them to you the same day with no commitment or deposit required. Take them for a test drive around the house, out on the town, and any place that you typically have trouble hearing. Come back in a week, and if it's not improving your life, we'll fit you with another hearing aid until we find the perfect one for you. It's really that easy. Call Hearing Remedy to schedule your risk-free hearing aid test drive today.
Okay, real quick, the Monday movie is How to Make an American Quilt. You can see that today at 2 and 6 p.m. and it's brought to you by Pacific Financial Planners. And then also real quick, Newport Beach Film Festival winners. I have them. Tune in tomorrow and I'll tell you who you are. Have a great day in the village. Bye-bye.
Hi there, I'm Bob Eubanks. Remember me? I'm the king of whoopee. And you're watching Village Television. But everybody does.